plugs this in. We are live. Cool. That's always good. Alright. I've got shit everywhere at the moment. Well, less shit than everywhere than what I had everywhere earlier. So, alright, hey Raz. How you going, mate? Alright, let me move this down for a second. And yes, I need a shave, I know. Right, so, hey, bulletproof. So, yes, today's been freaking hectic. Literally reorganising and cleaning. As you can kind of tell, things aren't here anymore that used to be here. I was on a, well, wasn't alive. Gave Don's a video call the other day and was chatting with him. Yesterday, I think it was, the day before. Might have been the day before, one of the two. And we were having a chat and stuff like that, as we do every now and then. If any of you just want a video chat, just hit me up on any of the social medias I'm on. Yeah, we were having a chat and talking about the amount of stock that I've got. Stuff I've been buying and purchasing recently, works that I've got on the go and stuff like that. So I thought, well, it's time I actually reorganise my workshop, which is my office, until I move out, and hopefully March get a bigger house with a garage that I can actually turn into my full-on workshop. So I'm not all cramped in this tiny little bloody office room here, which will be a lot better for production of my products and products and jobs and stuff like that. So I have a full-on workshop set up. The other thing I'm also hoping to do is start selling a bit more products. So hopefully pushing that a bit more and doing the key cutting a bit more, so that I can start saving up enough to be able to purchase a ex-food van. Not a food van, but like a trailer. One of the food trailers that you see, so that I can literally put my key cutting machines, my tools and everything like that I need all in that. I can travel around to the markets, do the key cutting at the markets. It's all set up. Summer I can have an aircon in there, winter I can have a heater in there. It's all ready to go. Just pull up and start cutting pretty much. And also I can take it to jobs and stuff like that. It's easy to park a trailer, move around. I've got everything out in there ready to go. So I'm in the process of, hopefully trying to sell a few more products to make some money, so I can actually start doing all that. There's nothing special tonight, just 12-year-old Glenn Livett, single mom. But after the amount of freaking work I've done today, I think I deserve it. And I'm going to give you this, I've actually just finished recording the vlog for it, for the amount of work I've done today. I'm going to do another one of stock take kind of thing. But I thought I'd do it in the live stream as well. We'll go through some of this stock, make sure that I've got what I need for everything. What products I've got heaps of at the moment, if you feel like ordering any. And how I've revamped the office in a way. So my printers used to be over here, but it blocked literally all this space here, so I couldn't get into anything, I couldn't reach anything. It was just a nightmare, really. Total waste of space. So I've moved the printers to here, and then I used to have the white cabinet, or the white bookshelf just there with all my locks on it. That is now out in the lounge room, dining room. So it's on display when people come around, rather than hidden away in the office. It's out actually on display, and that way then that's my collection pieces. That's my display collections of padlocks and stuff. So literally I've got my office set up now just for work. YouTube videos and, you know, product making, storage of all my equipment and stuff like that. So hopefully this live stream I'll be able to give you a bit of a tour around, show you some of the new devices that I've bought, some of the new products that I'm working on currently, and stuff like that. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. So don't forget, join in on the chat if you haven't already. Say g'day, say what you're working on, what's going on, all the fun stuff. And yeah, we'll start. I don't know where I'm going to start. It is a lot cleaner though. But anyway, I'll show you where the printers are. So I do apologise, I'm going to be bumping around, moving around quite a bit. And I just realised I put the light through there. Shit. Shoot. So my printers are now, which is currently going, over here now, right next to the workbench. So this is what you normally see just here. I've got my printer set up over here, so yeah, hopefully the noise won't be too bad for recording, if I'm printing at the same time as recording. But yeah, hopefully it's kind of wasted space otherwise, just having stuff on display and trying to cramp tools and stuff right in the corner. So this just makes a bit more sense for me than to open up the floor so that it's over this side. I could put my plastic drawers which have products in it and some tools, tools above it, and then I've got my two storage cases, well, two hard cases, one with all my photography gear, the other one with RFID copying, hacking equipment. What else is in there? One of my key programmers and stuff. And then I've got the battery pack, which I use when I travel to do the key cutting with the markets and stuff when I can't access power. I use the battery pack, which is sitting down there as well. Did have it on the carpet right under the key machine, but to utilise space and try and make everything better, she's over there now. So what else have I done? I've then kind of revamped two of the cupboards just here, two of the drawers. Bottom one still needs to be sorted out. I think Blazer shit's in there as well. Up the top one, which you can't really see. So if I move this like that. So the top one here, that's got like tattoo needles and equipment and stuff like that for my tattoo stuff. Then I put, you know, some of my electronic equipment and, you know, my lock stuff, so it's not all just spread around here, there and everywhere. I kind of wanted to keep it all together. So I've got my repinning kit, which I've just ordered in some new ones as well. I just ordered a brand new pinning kit to top up the stuff in there. So that has me followers, some pinning trays, you know, pins and everything like that. So I can re-pin locks, which I've got a couple of jobs coming up soon for that. It's hopefully going to be this week, but waiting for the car key to come in. And those of you that have been ordering stuff recently, you probably realise that our postage times are so freaking slow at the moment. It's not funny. It takes a year for anything to arrive. I ordered something the start of last week, and it still hasn't even been marked as postage yet. So anyway, I got that. I got my goggles. Well, not my goggles. One of the best things when it comes to impressioning, one of these headsets, you can pick them up pretty cheap off of eBay, and it's got the magnifiers and a built-in light and everything, great for impressioning. So my impressioning glasses, whatever you want to call it, they're all kept up in here. All my RFID tags, so because I do the RFID copying, it's always pays to have heaps of tags in stock. So I've got your basics, no multicoloured little dongles, cards, so I can actually copy the swipe cards, and just for those that want something a little bit flashy, a little bit, you know, flamboyant, I've got some that got Ferrari on it. So these are all RFID tags. SpongeBob, some donuts, some like Japanese anime-ish characters and stuff. Land Rover, Angry Birds, Volkswagen, Das Auto, Land Rover. So yeah, some of the fancier ones in there, which you know cost a bit more, but yeah, all my RFID tags are all kept in here, except for the couple that I have in my RFID kit. Another thing I purchased, so because I do the key cutting at the markets and I don't trust people, especially in COVID and stuff like that, and it's got resin on it. So I've been busy making, which I'll show you some new products with resin. This I got from Audi. It's one of the phone sanitizers, sterilizers, uses ultraviolet light to kill bugs and can charge your phone and stuff like that as well. I purchased this so that I can actually get it, sit it at the front. I can run off a battery pack, off a little, you know, USB battery pack one. Ugh. Got all the instructions and everything. I can have it sitting there. I can say to people, I've put some stickers on it. You know, throw your key in there, sanitize it before I cut it, just to make it safe. You know, something like that. Give it a couple of seconds, a minute, or something in there. You know, just to sanitize it, or I can just charge them to sanitize stuff. But you can never be too safe, you know, just to be careful, especially if COVID's running rampant still, which probably will be by the time I get back into the markets. Hopefully soon. But yes, helpful little bit to have just to keep safe and sanitize stuff. What else I got in here? I got a big long cabled antenna. That's for my de-author, so I can really get some range going with it. And of course, the brand new, if you didn't see it all in the last live stream, I will do a video on it once I'm out in the field using it. But my new car key programmer that I purchased, the SSB Pro. I won't get it out. I'll do a video on it later on. But that's sitting in here. So that's a programmer that you can literally, it plugs into the car to program your car keys. It only does up to 2017 on some models, which is the newest still go to is 2017 cars, only on some models, not all. But yeah, I mean, most of the time I deal with older cars anyway, so it's got all the cables so you can actually plug it into the car and program the keys through your car. So now I can offer more car keys and stuff with my services and everything like that. And of course, Blaze is Snapchatting me whilst I'm on live stream. So yeah, that's kind of like that section. I've got some tools down here, which is stuff that I don't use that often. The blue box is going to be storing all locks for in-person training, and also the training videos that the courses I'll have up on the website very soon. So I've got all that in there. Couple of there's dead bolts there, brand new ones, or one I just opened to check anyway. An entrance set, because I wasn't sure if I was going to replace one or just rekey it a couple of weeks back, but I just ended up rekeying it. It was easier. And a heap of little Tubular Cam Locks. So if anyone's after some of these, so if after any Tubular Cam Locks, I've got a few down here. So just little ones. They all, you know, come keyed differently. So if anyone's after any, you know, let us know, and we can work out a deal or something like that. I can sell you one. So I've got a box. I don't know how many's down there exactly, but these I take and sell at the markets and stuff like that as well for people. So, and I'm the only one around here that I know of, I'm positive, because I haven't seen anyone else be able to do it, and most people will ask me to do them instead. I'm the only person that can cut tubular keys as well, so locksmiths here don't really deal with that stuff. So yeah, I've got my drills and a new portable grinder, everything like that, Dremel, screwdrivers, brand new drill bit case or set and screws, drill bits and screwdriver bits. A heap of them in there. There's like 253 pieces or something. I picked it up for $30. It's not going to last all that long, but you know, she'll do what she's needed for what it's needed to do. So let's move you forward a bit more as much as I can. And we can start going through some of the stock I've got in at the moment. So my plastic drawers, as you know, they used to be hidden over there. This is where I keep all the products and everything. So I've got all 3D printed products in here. So at the moment I've got some of the follower stands still available. I update add more products as they sell. So these are great. I've got one sitting on my bench there. Stick all your followers in there, put your shims in the end here. I normally use one of these holes to stick my tweezers in. It works well. Keeps them all together, great for box orders. Of course, kick holders. So these are all the 3D printed ones. Great little kick holders. I use one of these. 2-piece handles for 24,000 and 15,000 Sparrows Picks. I haven't put the black ones up yet, but I've got gold ones available. Gold silk handles. So these are 2-piece handles that you can glue either side of your Sparrows Picks with no handles on them. It works great. It feels good. I've got one over here that I actually use. So I put one on my 15,000th pick from Sparrows, and it works well. Nice, comfortable handle. Great. You've got big hands. Yeah, she works. She works well. Ow, and I just stabbed myself in the finger with the bloody pen. Pick, not pen. Let's move this over here so I can actually see my mobile comments. What else have I got in here at the moment? The litter cases. So Pocket Woman actually purchased one of these. I believe it was in purple. I've got blue. Is that the one that... Yeah, won't go anywhere. Blue, red. Got 2 reds and 1 blue available at the moment. I haven't done any other colours. So I'm thinking about doing some two-piece colours, which come at a later stage. Pocket Reapers. As you remember the Pocket Reapers that I did the video on. There it is. So Pocket Reapers are good. It's harmless, you can carry it, it's legal to carry, but if need be, you can use it for self-defense. It's not designed for that, because as soon as she puts the label of self-defense on any item here in Australia, it becomes illegal under Commonwealth laws. Well, frowned upon. So, yeah, it is great because they're just a toy. And I've got the key casting clams, although one of them I just sold to America, so I've got to post that off. Follower sets, gold silk PLAs still. I think I've got 1 or 2 of the red coppers. The 0 fucks coins when you need to give 0 fucks. Whistles and followers and yeah.
Alright, that's it. Dishonor. Dishonor on your whole family. Make a note of this. Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow.
Wait up. I can't hear you. Of course, as soon as I start a live stream, she always does that whenever I'm on a live stream. Right, next drawer down, again, more products. My Night Magic donuts. These things are friggin' awesome. I've actually given a couple away to people. They absolutely love them. Use it all the time. But yeah, Glow Dark donuts. They are just fantastic. Of course, the Joker donuts. Still got a few of them. So I'll be making more. The Lishy Spaces. I actually just sold 4 packets of these, so they've got to go out. I believe it was 4 packets. I'm going to have to go through the email again. So, you know, selling products is going well at the moment, which means I'm going to have to print some more. Still got a few cross keys. I've sold a few of them. Still got a few of them left. Viking Slim Jim bands. So these are the ones I've got available at the moment. And as you know, I wear one every single day. Which, you can tell we're in summer here at the moment because I've actually got a tan line. I never have a tan line. But I've actually got one. I'm naturally dark anyway. From how much I wear the Viking Slim Jim band. I got the, well, I got a pick stand still available. Nice big pick stand. That was actually, these ones were designed by Moving Picker, aka Ryan McCreary. Those of you that are on Discord, Extremely League of Pickers, he's the guy who also did that. But he designed these and worked on these. So, and it is actually a very useful design. It's a great design. I absolutely love it. And of course, I've got pinning trays available. So I don't have any of the small ones because I've sold out. I'm thinking about getting rid of the small ones anyway, the little ones. Just they're not as popular and not as good as the bigger ones in my personal opinion. So I've still got a small skull, disc detainer trays, Iron Man, a couple of blues, well, blue and silver, a sparkly grey or black, 2 purple and blacks, and a purple and white. And I'm going to make up some more. And of course the multi-tool key covers. The ones cover up the bitting on your key. Still got a few of them available for those that are interested. So, yeah, I'm slowly building up some more stock. Oh, and the Viking Rune necklace, the Dark Arts Norse necklace. I've got a couple of them. I think I've got 3 of them available. 4, sorry. I'm working on more at the moment. So I just got in that new lot of Kevlar string and I'm just waiting on another order of the stainless steel beads for it. But I'm still wearing mine. I wear it literally all day, every day. And I've just finished a custom one for a customer. He wanted a special rune, so I just finished making one for him, which he's going to pick up. It's not a sale over online, it's actually an in-person sale that I did, so yeah, just finished a custom one of them. I'm working non-stop. Here, I've got my business cards and everything, but I've got excess products and stuff that are going to be getting sold to the market. So things like the PlayStation locks. I've only done them in blue so far for locking up the PlayStations. Some of the emergency whistles. I've got these 130 decibel ones that I actually carry one of my keys. I've got some greens and oh, that one didn't print properly. That can go in the bin now. Shit. Some greens and some of the dark greys, and of course a couple of the pocket reapers in green. I do a couple of different colours for sales on the markets, and of course a couple of the bronze necklaces to sell. And just a couple of the extra donuts. So I've got some more of the Night Magic sprinkle and a very small amount of custom gold sprinkles that I made just for the markets. So a few extra products to sell. Then I've got my tools and bits and pieces that I'm still working on. So more, some more runes to get turned into necklaces. Some more of the bases for the Joker donuts. I just got to colour the tops, and the new product that I'm working on, a heap, the resin stuff for them, and bits and pieces for making tools and stuff, or making products is down the bottom there. So yeah, I finally managed to get all that sorted, and quite a few products available still. So just going to drink because it's bloody warm in here at the moment. Then of course I got my tool bag, just basic hand tools, some circlip removing pliers and stuff like that. My Rfid programming kit, which I'm sure I've shown you before. Probably not since I upgraded a few bits and pieces. So we'll come right down to the ground so you can actually see. I'm just trying to look in the video so I can see. Alright, so, and dang computers. Yep, I always have Jason stickers. Ugh. So, yeah, I've got a few other bits and pieces in here. So I've got my Rfid Programmer. I just use one of the little handheld ones. It works, so, I mean, if it's not broken, don't, you know. I will get a Proxmart later on, but at the moment that just works for what I need it for. That's a spare dual band handheld antenna, flexible spring whip one for my Baofeng UV antenna, which I've actually got the other one. I've got two of these, and I just purchased and received a tactical antenna for it, which I'll do a video on later stage. As I said, I carry a couple little spare cards in here and tags just if I need to copy. The cable for that, it's got all the batteries in it. Over here, one of my, which I still don't know if I'm going to actually make and sell these. These are the Wi-Fi repeaters, little booster signals, or you can use them for your Wi-Fi. Hook this up to your Wi-Fi. Friends come around, or people come around want to use your Wi-Fi, you can let them connect to this. Without a password, they can use your Wi-Fi, but as soon as you disconnect this, they can't access your Wi-Fi anymore. So it's a great little tool to have. Just they cost a little bit to buy the actual Esp32 boards for, and then program them and stuff. So I haven't, and then the case, I haven't actually worked out price just yet for them, but they'll probably be about $40, $50 each by the time everything gets done for it and stuff like that. So yeah, if people are actually interested in spending about that for a little pocket Wi-Fi repeater, I carry one around in my EDC bag. Let us know, because yeah. So that there, what looks like a normal camera isn't a normal camera. This is a shitty old little Samsung 10.2 megapixel camera, but it's not. I removed the infrared filter off of this so that it actually picks up ultraviolet lights and infrared lights and stuff like that. So you can see where night vision cameras are, the glow of them if you can't see them in person. You know, you can see infrared beams sticking on the windows from infrared pointers and stuff like that. So it's a little helpful tool to have on hand for certain bits and pieces. And of course, my little pocket bug detector. So you use this to find where bugs are, little sweeper. So I can literally, if I probably sweep it near my phone, you can hear it. It's picking up the signal on the camera off my phone and stuff. So yeah, hotels and stuff like that, you can sweep it for bugs, listening devices and everything like that. So I carry that in here with a few extra bits and pieces. I've got a little soldering iron, what else is in there? Soldering iron, a little bit of solder, So the soldering iron in there is a little USB powered one and stuff. So I'm always having to fix electronic bits and pieces. So always helpful to have that. A little deauthor watch. I don't wear the watch anymore. I always carry my big one. But if I need it, I've always got a little one on hand. Some spare cables. I mean, you know, cables just come in handy. Batteries, stuff for everything, and of course my mini ball. So that's the Z Ball key programmer. So it only does a couple of keys, and it only really does the immobilize the chips. It doesn't really program a lot of keys. It's a really, if you want a really cheap car key programmer, you're only going to program like 2 car keys mainly, or something like that. A cheap one like that will do the job. It's not the best thing in the bloody world, but you know, it works. That's why I upgraded to the SBB Pro from that. So that's the power cables to run that. So it's mains powered and everything. So that one can actually just program the car keys, like the immobilizer chips themselves, just by sticking the key in, whereas the other one you've got to plug into the car. So this has always been upgraded. I'm about to put in a Esp32 Camera, so I can teach people about using them, which I've got over here. I carry one in my bag, and I have one here. So this is an Esp32 Camera that runs off Wi-Fi and stuff like that, so you can actually use it for video footage. You can also stick an SD card in the top there, micro one, to save footage on and stuff like that. What else have I got coming in for this? I'm going to be including soon a Punagotchi once it comes from America, once all that's opened up. Wi-Fi armadillo, and a few more little hacking bits and pieces and devices and stuff like that. And we've got Russian spammers here. Cool. So yeah, a few more hacking bits and pieces and stuff for when I train people about basic hacking. You know, use deauthors and devices and stuff like that. Which, you know, I recommend carrying the deauthor on you. You never know when it's going to come in handy. I really do recommend it, and that's why I always carry one in my EDC bag, which I'm always updating and upgrading as I go. So it's one of those devices that, you know, you think you don't need it, but then it comes in handy and you're like, oh, I'm glad I had that. You know, I get that all the time. Good morning, Jonathan. It's not morning here, it's night here. And I know you can see my feet, and this carpet is putrid. I've got to vacuum it tomorrow. I was just saying and taking people on the new tour, new equipment, and where I've been upgrading and changing around the whole workshop, office area, and stuff before I talk to you about some new products. So yeah, that's kind of like, this area is kind of like tools for jobs, you know, like smithing jobs, and products for the website and everything, plus training, so in-person training that I'll be doing and organising, and displays and stuff like that. So it's all kind of coming together nicely. I don't know how else to say it. The other one I've just finished playing around with the drawers here. I've got little fishies. This little air conditioner here works well for this little room. Great for going as well because I can plug it into a USB pack. So yeah, I'm slowly sorting out all my drawers. Can't have messy drawers, got to have clean drawers on. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've got pick sets galore in here. Multi-picks and what's that? That's HPC, Sparrows slivers, some spare dimple picks, and tools and stuff like that. I've got to review this. Yeah, this is a digi bypass tool for digi locks. That I've got to reviewed yet. I haven't had a chance, so I don't actually have a Digilock. What have we got now? There's some products, and that'll be for giveaways. I'm just actually doing a giveaway which will be drawn tomorrow on Instagram. So I just hit 15, well I'm over it now, but 1,500 followers on Instagram, so I'm doing a giveaway for that. But yeah, I've got bits and pieces, some spare tools, these, stuff in there. My silicone molds from all my resin work that I do, plus a few other bits and pieces and tools, and it needs sorting out better. Every time I've made stuff recently with resin, I've had a dear little bit left over, so I just want to see what it looks like. But I'm making a multicoloured donut. So like the deal, it wasn't even enough to cover the whole end, leaning off to one side of it. So there's going to be like 3 or 4 or 5 different colours or layers of resin on the one donut. Once it's finished, should glow in the dark. Should. Hey Dons! I was just saying earlier how I was on the video call to you the other day. Your morning, which was at like 12 o'clock. So yeah, as you said, Don's about doing talking about the inventory and stuff. I've reorganised and reclaimed the office workshop. So yeah, then I've got literally like filament and everything for the 3D printers. I've got more filament, the stuff for the giveaway for Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, you've still got a little bit of time till tomorrow. I'll do the drawing. You'll find the photo of it, the picture of the giveaway for the products and stuff like that. So you're going to get the very first of the gold, the limited run. There's only a couple of them. The gold donuts. You're going to get green emergency whistle, the green mini, pocket reaper. If you win one of the thank you business cards, which I've got a talk to you about this because I just did a deal with a guy. A Viking rune necklace. I had this sitting around for ages and I use one. I bought 3 of them. I used one. I don't need the other 2, so I'm giving one away. Little key holder to keep your keys all together in safe. And I actually found one last set of the little escape brakes that I made, so I threw that in the giveaway on Instagram as well. So all this stuff, yeah. So my Daup business cards, the Dark Arts Lockpicking website ones at daup.com.au that say thank you on the back. These are going to be like little loyalty cards, so everyone that orders is going to get one of these cards. Whenever you order a product, you actually get one of these cards, which I also sign the back of, so I know if it's a real one or not. Let me sit down for a minute because we're going to get a little bit serious. A little bit surely serious before I go on to showing you some more products, some more stuff. So I was talking with those of you that know Killer Maru. He's big on Instagram. He's also big on YouTube here. His YouTube channel, Killer Maru, has like 4.1 or 4.2k. He was just doing a live stream just before. I jumped on there for a second to say hi, and they all went, "Oh!" I don't know why people always do that whenever I join them on a live stream. They're always like, "Oh my god, Daup." Well, not that big. So I did a deal with him. He had this idea, and we went back and forth, and yeah. So he now accepts my cards. So if you've purchased off my website, you get one of the Daup business cards with it. You can actually use that card in his store. So Killer Maru, you know, the guy that makes these amazing freaking picks like the unicorn pick right here, all handmade. He makes a lot of different stuff. Amazing stuff. He also designs stuff for Sparrows and all that. He also loves the products that I make, which I'm going to make him one and send him one soon. So he now accepts my business card, the doubt.com.au card. Let me grab this comment section so I don't know what's going on. G'day, Walker. Oh, wait, wasn't it a night owl? Oh, Don's night owl. Oh, you being a night owl. I was going to say, night owl doesn't really join my lives because of the crude language. Hey, Walker, what's going on? Pocket Woman, how are you? I say good day to Bulletproof. If you're still here, Bulletproof and Raz. So, yeah, if you show him my business card, the doubt.com.au one, you will receive $10 off his store or off an order when you order from his store. So yeah, you can actually show him the doubt business card, and which he now accepts, and he will give you $10 off his store. The other thing as well is now I also accept his. So if you actually have purchased something off of him, and I've got one of his cards here. So if you actually purchase off of him, you get one of these cards. If you order something from my website, if you order off doubt.com.au and you state that you have one of these business cards in the comment section, when you actually put an order in, you can put the comment in. If you state you have one of his cards, you know, your name and your email. If you email me a photo of that business card, actually the business card, his one, you'll get a free gift in with your order. It'll be just something that I select, but every person that actually shows one of his cards will get a free gift in their order. And if you've already ordered off me before, oh, excuse me, that Coke's coming back. And you know, show that you've got a card, say you've ordered off me before, I could probably just look up your name and stuff like that. But if you kept your card, then you actually get a free gift in with your order as well. It's little things just to help, you know, drum everything up. Whose business card is this? So Killamaroo off of Instagram and stuff like that. Killamaroo Incorporated. I've become a part of that group now. If you're on Instagram, honestly, jump on Instagram. There is a shitload of lock sporters on Instagram that aren't on YouTube. And a lot of information, a lot of great guys. If you're into EDC, radio stuff, find me on Instagram. You know, have a look through the list of people I follow and go and follow them, because honestly, it's like a whole new world of lock sporters, security testers, and stuff like that. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. I chat to a lot of them. A lot of them actually follow me on Instagram, on YouTube as well, and always catch up with the videos and send me messages and stuff like that. But Killamaroo is the guy that you know that designed the unicorn pick. So it took you 2 years to learn this one. Yeah, I'm on nearly everything. I'm on Twitch, I'm on Twitter, I am on Instagram, I am on Facebook. I was on TikTok, but I got rid of TikTok because I hate TikTok because it was reverse engineered, and honestly, don't fucking trust the shit. Seriously, don't trust it. So yeah, you show my card to him. When you do a purchase from him, you get $10 off your order, or €10 because he's over in Italy, or whatever they use. And yeah, if you show it to me with your order, you get a free little gift in with your order as well. Just little things, you know, as I was saying earlier on in the live stream. I've reorganised the office, which you'll see in the vlog when I upload that. You know, I've done a lot of work in here today, and I'm gonna start pushing more products. I'm gonna start selling hopefully some more products, and get back in the market so I can start saving up enough money to actually get an old food cart so that it's been gutted, and I can deck it out as like a portable key cutting kiosk kind of thing. So I can have all my equipment built into it. I can have like the drawers and cupboards which can all be shut and locked so stuff doesn't come flying out in the trailer. Can go to the markets, pull up, you know, summer have aircon in there, winter have a heater in there. you know, everything's dry and everything. I don't have to get it all out the ute, set it up in the gazebo and stuff like that. Probably still set the gazebo up at the front of the van, but yeah, with like food cart, I want to deck it out, but I need the money for that, which means I need to start selling some more products in order to save up to be able to afford it. So yeah, if you see me pimping shit out non-stop, you know, it's gonna be that's why. So I can actually build up the business and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, if I've got like a rekeying job, I can literally just take the trailer, you know, and everything's in there. I can have the workbench set up, where I can read keys, I can cut keys, do everything, rather than having a van. G'day Chris Capune, how you going, mate? So yeah, but anyway, for those of you that were interested in $10 off Kilmaroo store or a free gift when you order through me, just show us the business card again and you get a free gift in your order. Just a little way to give back and help drum up a bit of business and stuff like that. So that's, yeah, key machine, or the 3D printers are now over here behind you, where the white cabinet was with all the locks. That's now in the lounge, on display where it's meant to be. So I've got my tools and my training gear for the in-person training. The online courses videos I'm going to start recording this week. So I wanted to clear some room as well, so I can set up a table, have the camera pointing right over the top of the table when I go through stuff, so you can see rather than the angle that my YouTube video setup. It'll be a completely different setup for it. Then pack it up once I'm finished recording the videos and stuff like that. So I've revamped all that section. I've done the key machines. We'll go through that in a second. I've done the 3D printers. I've got enough. I've got to go through stock. That's why I said locks, stock, and chat with this guy. And I tried to do the rock smolder the rock always does. For some reason it popped into my head. I was like, stuff, I'll just do the whole smolder for the thumbnail. But anyway, so yeah. If you want to try and help build up the business, that'll be bloody great right now. So now I've revamped all. This has all been cleaned up. I've got to go through stuff and just check levels because I've got to put in a key order soon. But before we go into some more stock, thought I'd talk to you about a new product which isn't out just yet. I'm still working on it. I'm still not 100% happy. I'm never 100% happy with what I do. Ever. I always try to do better. Always try to improve on it. I'm never, fully satisfied in anything I do. I always, push myself to do more and more and build up more and more and more. So these products, a lot of people like them. They're like, oh, they're fantastic. I'm like, yeah, they could be better. They could be improved. I'm like one of those person that flies too close to the sun and gets burnt. But as I was saying earlier, with the Pocket Reapers and the one that I actually carry in my back pocket, a lot of the laws and stuff like that, if you are on YouTube and you actually follow, I think it's the Black Belt Barrister. He does a lot of videos on laws and stuff like that. UK law and Australian laws, when it comes to self-defense items and stuff like that, is pretty much similar. You legally can't carry a knife on you if it's for self-defense. You cannot carry a 100% happy with the 3D. That really does mean a lot, PW. Really does mean a lot. Thank you. I'm actually printing up some more purple repinning followers because I ran out of stock. I sold the last one. So I'm in the process of doing that. So yeah, as soon as you put a label on it that it's self-defense, for example, if you have one of these tactical pens like I carry all the time, only because I lose pens often, and this is big and bulky and heavy, that I don't lose it at all. There's a little glass breaker on there as well for smashing the window and stuff like that if you have to. But if I say that this is for self-defense if I'm out, actually a few countries have banned these because of what they're designed for. You know, it becomes illegal to carry on you. So it kind of defeats the purpose of having one. Because yeah, you're not allowed to name anything for self-defense. It's the same as a torch. If you have a torch, you know, and you say it's for self-defense, then you legally can't carry it on you anymore. That's why I made these. These are toys. The Pocket Reapers. It's a toy. That's all it is. It's a little action figure that you can carry around in your pocket or in a pocket altar, whatever you're into. But if need be, as I said, you can use it for self-defense, pressure point control, and stuff like that. It works well. So you need to be able to find a way that here in Australia you can actually carry something for self-defense that isn't actually for self-defense at all. It is not designed for it. It is not self-defense. It is just an inanimate object that you can carry on you. And this is where creativity comes into place, and you can have improvised self-defense weapons on you. For example, if you carry a big, one of those metal water bottles, the metal ones you can hold onto the handle kind of, or the neck of it. Looks like a normal bottle, but it's made of metal. You can carry one of them on you. It's just a water bottle, it's a drink, but if need be, you can hit someone with it. It's an improvised self-defense weapon. For example, I mean, if you carry a normal glass bottle and you smash it to attack it for self-defense, well then it automatically becomes a weapon you'll get in trouble for it, because actually you've just manufactured a weapon. But, you know, stuff like that. Black Belt Barrister explains all this. But yeah, you're legally not allowed to carry anything that is for self-defense, but you can carry inanimate objects that can be then used in self-defense ways. As I said, drink bottle. You can even use, let's say, a Pocket Reaper. Your keys, for example, you can't get in trouble. Coppers pull you over and go, "You got keys on you." You know, it's yeah. But there's another thing that I've been playing around with recently, and I actually carry one on me. So you may have seen it. I may have spoken to it about it before. For those of you that don't know, I'm. I can't give a straight face. I can't do it with you. Let me get it out of my pocket. Yeah, like my live streams and what people know me as, I can't get away with saying this, especially when I'm sitting here drinking scotch. But I carry Buddha beads. So these are literally a religious item. These are Buddha prayer beads, or mala as they call them. I like carrying these because when I get fidgety and stuff like that, I can actually play around with them. You know, I can use it to distract myself and stuff like that. But this is a religious item which anyone can legally carry because it is a religious item. You know, you just have to say you're Buddhist. You don't have cards that, you know, once you become a Buddhist, you don't have cards that state, "I'm a Buddha," kind of thing. You can legally carry these on you. That is a religious item. But it can be used as a flexible impact device for self-defense as well. All you have to do, it's not, a lot of people say, you know, they're designed to be carried as worn as a necklace. That's not the case. That's not how these are intended to be carried. You can carry them in your pockets or wrapped around your hands. You can even have them in your car if need be. But flexible impact, so you can just literally wrap it around your hand once. Like that. If you slap somebody with that ends with a slap motion, you know, forwards, backwards, it's going to hurt like friggin' hell. These are stainless steel beads, or some sites say titanium, but they're stainless steel. And this one is really heavy duty. I mean, it has a hell of a lot of weight to it, because it also has a braided steel cable, which you can kind of see here, plastic coated, that runs through the center of it. So, you know, this has a lot of weight to it. If you hit someone with this, it's gonna bloody hurt. Possibly even break skin if you give them a good slap with that. You don't want it, a massive friggin' thing like this, because you're going to slap yourself and hurt yourself. But short, self-defense. Someone attacked me, I just grabbed my Buddha beads because I'm Buddhist and hit out with it, kind of thing. So yeah, I carry them on me, but something that you can actually get away with more is another item that I've been working on, which I'm not religious at all. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in any form of religion at all. But this is the new product that I've been working on, which I'm still not 100% happy with just yet. But these, for those of you that know what these are, this is actually a rosary. So I've made it to the correct specifications and everything like that. That's what the resin crosses are for, and they actually glow in the dark as well. Where are we? So I'll just use an ultraviolet light before I go on the line. But these actually glow. You can kind of see the line there where it glows in the dark as well. But this is literally a rosary beads that you can legally carry on you. It's a religious item. Cross is a bit massive, but yeah, it kind of just works. Again, these are the stainless steel ball bearings or beads, 304 stainless steel that I use on the Viking necklaces. It is the braided Kevlar, so it's not going to snap. I mean, the Buddha beads, you get a couple of hits out of the Buddha beads, it's still cable, it's going to bend, they're going to break. But if you put it on cordage like this, they are not going to break, especially when it's Kevlar. It's not going to snap anytime soon. But you can legally carry this on you. You just say, you know, oh, I always carry my religious beads. You can go through airport security. You know, it's literally a religious item. Everyone has the right to carry it. But again, if need be, you have a flexible impact tool, and trust me, this is lighter weight than the Buddha beads. It's a much lighter weight. Because it doesn't have the steel cable and it's not all beads all the way through, but it stings and hurts like hell when you get hit with it. Trust me, even just a light flick with it stings like hell, because I've already hit myself across the legs quite a few times with testing these to see how much it actually hurts. And I'm not talking like a long strike hit, I just mean like a little like that, and that friggin' hurts. Like, that stings like shit. So imagine getting hit with these. So, you know, it's a religious item. But if need be, I sit there sometimes I was literally playing with it, just really testing it out. Even on I've got sparring gloves, the pads that you hold, that you actually punch and strike. And, you know, Blaze holding them and literally just pull out in your pocket. A strike with them, she can feel it through that. So, yeah, these is a new item which I'm just going to be calling Rosary Beads. Each one's different, like the crosses that I actually make. Like, that's just your basic plain everyday cross. That one's actually got a pattern in it and slightly different. So these aren't up on the website yet. I'm still not finished with them, still not 100% happy. I was trying to work out ways of finishing them off. Example, like this one has the ends knotted, and that's just bound, which I'm not really happy with. You've got these big knots, doesn't quite look as aesthetically pleasing. This one I actually bound, so I folded over and bound the ends, which looks a lot better here and up here. It looks a hell of a lot better, but I've done it a bit too big. It needs to be shorter. So yeah, these are two prototypes, but again, religious item, carry it in your pocket. You just have to literally put it around your hand once. Small end here for, you know, slapping. So actually, there's a video on YouTube. So if you type in rosary slap, the guy, I'll tell you what, I would not want to be slapped by him. But he uses beads like this, you know, and his slap, he could slap the white off of rice. I can tell you that now. Seriously, that guy's slap is powerful. But it's literally a religious item that anyone can carry. So, yeah, let us know in the comments right now what you think of something. Would you carry something like that? Self-defense item you can carry in your pocket. Coppers pull you over or, you know, search you or something like that. You just have a religious item on you. It's literally, there's no laws against using steel beads on it or Kevlar. You know, it's literally just a rosary bead. It's actually built to the proper. That would hurt like hell. It does. I actually got a red mark now. Just that light tap on my arm is actually coming up for a red mark. So yeah, so I mean, finding ways around stuff. You know, for self-defense, we legally can't carry anything here for it, which, you know, in America is different, Europe's different to here. Here we, you know, criminals are going to carry knives. Criminals, you know, are going to carry something. And what, I mean, if someone comes up to you, they hold a knife or, you know, they come up to you and try and mug you and attack you, you legally can't carry anything to defend yourself. So, you know, it's like, well, I mean, I got jumped. I won't lie, I got jumped by 10 guys walking home one night. I had soft tissue damage done to my shoulder, one of them kicking into my shoulder and stuff like that. I got spear tackled to the ground from behind. You know, I've done 3 times martial arts, so I was able to defend myself and stop getting damaged as much as a normal person would. But if I had something like that on me, you know, they would walk around with a golf club when they attacked me. One of them went to hit me in the head with a fucking golf club. You know, like, if we can't carry anything to defend ourselves. So, you know, now I find ways around carrying stuff for self-defense. Whether it's just, you know, a ballpoint pen, get yourself a good quality metal ballpoint pen. Rosary beads like that, the Buddha prayer beads, which I carry. I do like the rosary beads, they're a lot more lightweight. The Buddha beads, they're heavy as shit. They really feel heavy in my pocket, so I'm going to switch them out for a pair of the rosary beads ones. You know, I'll make some more up. Yeah, Buddha J crystal beads. Yeah, crystal ones you don't want to hit anyone with. So, I mean, yeah, it's just the way. I'm just trying to catch up on these. If I was walking around ballet, I'd use it. Yeah. So that's the thing, you know, finding ways around it. An inanimate object like, or a religious article that anyone can legally carry on them. You know, it is not designed for self-defense. It is not designed to be a weapon. It is literally just a religious artifact that you just happen to have on you and can hit with. The keys in your hand can be used to strike someone with. A torch that you carry around in your bag. A torch can be used to hit someone with. You just then manufactured a weapon. But it's not like you're literally walking around the streets. I mean, try explaining to police, right? For example, you carry that around in your bag. Try and explain that to police. Or that. You attack someone with that, you'll be going to prison. If you use the cutting ends, you're going to prison. But if you hit someone with this, you know, it's like hitting them with your handbag. Women have handbags. You know, put enough coins in your handbag. Actually, with the amount of weight that's in ladies' handbags, it's literally like having a freaking mace on the end of it. You know, it's like having a mace. It's the amount of weight. I swear some of them carry freaking bricks in their handbags. Literally just like, bang, hit them with it. Can I make Buddha beads? I can. My brother actually asked if I could make a Viking one that has like Thor's hammer on the end of it. If we can find a resin thing for it. Exactly. It's equal amount of force. So with self-defense, or, you know, defense in Australian fighting, when I did martial arts, we were trained and always told it's equal amount of force. So if someone comes up to you and slaps you, you cannot literally hit them in the head with a baseball bat. It's excessive force. If they come up to you and hit you with a baseball bat, well then you can hit them back with a baseball bat. But yeah, I mean literally it's like, you know, someone comes up to you and, you know, slaps you across the face with a glove, you know, challenges you to a duel and you pull out a gun and shoot them. It's excessive force. But yeah. Whips can be religious. That is true. But yeah, literally like anyone can carry these. You don't have to be freaking religious. I'm not. And carry one of these. So yeah, these will be a possibly new product. The only thing is the cost of these. I'll be looking at the time it takes me to make one of these. and the price of the beads and everything, ordering in, because I can only order in like packs of 50, so I have to order multiple packs of 50. The price of the cord, the actual handmade brass bead that I put in there as well, just for that extra little bit of weight just down this end, and there's a guide point so you can actually grab it and hold it, you know where it is, so it's a strike. I'll probably be looking at about $50 for these. You know, by the time it takes me, I literally sat there to make this one last night, to thread all the beads on, and then literally to make the knots, space them all out the exact same amount, count all the beads out, you know, do your 10, then your 1, then your 10, then your 1, 10, the 1, 10, 1, 10. So you got 50, all up is, what is it, it's like 54, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 54, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 59 beads on there. You know, it's a lot to go through, and then binding the cables, the cords together and everything. Yeah, lots of steel beads there is. Take that, heathen whack. Take that, you atheist. Yeah, like, yeah, about 50, you're looking at $50. But flexible impact device, it works. Great for ladies as well. So, yeah, these are going to be marketed towards ladies, not just ladies, men as well. You know, it's a religious item, but a little slap from your pocket and you just friggin' slap someone across the face of it, it's going to sting like shit and it's going to make it go back. If you get a couple of slaps in, I mean, a slap's not friggin', you know, it's not really thought of as a powerful thing, a slap, really, but yeah. Got a tungsten carbide bracelet. I carry a pen for that. So, yeah, new product. I mean, really, even speaking, not that one, these ones I just bought at the zoo. Yeah, I bought jewellery from the zoo, which I'll show you. Ugh. These are actually glass beads. There's nothing important. You know, no special functions or anything like that. These are glass beads that are actually handmade in Kenya by the ladies over there. You know, it creates business for them, work. Every one that you buy, you help support them and wildlife and everything like that. They sell them at the zoo. So yeah, these are the rhino ones. Only a couple left. So I'll purchase them just to, you know, support. Yeah. All I can do is bitch slap. 108 beads, yes. I'm thinking about doing like a slightly smaller version of the Buddha beads. But honestly, to me, the Buddha beads are a little bit, they got a bit more hitting power. They got a hell of a lot more hitting power. They really do. Because of, you know, how many beads are on there and steel cable and stuff. In comparison, let's go. Like, yeah, you can kind of see the difference in it between the two. But you know, this got a little bit more power, but carrying this around in your pocket, it takes up a lot more room. I mean, if you want to buy these, go on eBay and buy them. You know, it takes up a bit more room. They are a hell of a lot heavier to carry around in your pocket. You know, and they're not a little bit, you know, show-off-ish compared to, you know, carrying that, someone wouldn't really know. And it's a much smaller imprint. That, trying to follow that in your pocket compared to that, you know, is a big difference. So you can fit more stuff in there. There you're up, that cat wants a snack. All good. So yeah, new product, self-defense item. No, I mean a religious item. Not self-defense, it's religious. So, because yeah, you can't carry anything here. Monkey paws are illegal. How far the beads? Yeah, I was actually thinking of that. The brass beads take. So the brass beads take me ages to make. I hand make them. I've got 2 more here. So they probably put the cost up because texturizing and making these, each one by hand, takes a while to do. So I was thinking of having the 4, or actually it'll be 5 all up brass beads. So I normally have 1 down here. I've got 1 here, but I was thinking about 2 here and the 2 here, the single ones as brass beads. But I'll put the price up a bit more because honestly they take more time to make and a lot more work to make than pre-purchased stainless steel 304 beads. But I was thinking about doing that. I might do that as another option, which will be a step up in price. So, anyway, that's that stuff. New products that I'm working on. Oh, Dons. If you're getting, so I may or may not have just got Dons into another hobby of radios, like with the Baofeng the UV10R that I purchased and stuff like that, and scanners and everything. Dons was just telling me I've opened up a whole new can of worms for him. This just come in, which I actually just used to program mine. This is a USB cable, which I'm not sure if your one will be able to do it, but you use this, your radio and chirp, which you download onto your computer, and you can program it in and actually set names for the channel, so it doesn't just have the numbers, the frequencies. You can actually set the names and program it off the computer and stuff like that. If you get a list of ones from your area, you can literally just copy them all and post them across into the program and then write that onto the radio. So, good little thing to know. Look good with silver. Yeah, I like the silver. Silver, black and green, kind of, it works. The green kind of reminds me a little bit like jade. I mean, it's just resin. And in the heat, if these get hot, they do bend. But it kind of reminds me of like jade in a way. And there's big heaps of different styles. So there'll be different styles of crosses, that's what I mean. The resin mold that I bought has different styles of crosses. So what if I put these up, once I'm happy with them and I've got them all made, and I actually put these up on the website, it'll be the photo, the one that's up there will be the one available at that point in time. So, there'll be different like crosses and stuff available. For those of but yeah, I'm not just doing the whole lock sport stuff, lock picking stuff. Yeah, I'm still watching a video thinking about getting a basic hand license. I'll look into that later in the future. Future. But I want to be able to bring new products to Australia that we don't normally get here, and interesting stuff like the Rosary Beads and stuff like that. So I want to bring some of the stuff that is massive in the US over to Australia that we don't really see here, that we can't. It's stupid that we don't have it. New and interesting stuff. That's why I'm always designing new products, working on new products. Designing ways for covert carry and stuff like that. So, working on all this. Celtic cross. Yeah, I think there is a Celtic cross there. It's literally just a thing of crosses, the silicone molds. But yeah, it's all. I'm trying to bring something new and exciting, and to everyone. But anyway, so revamped that section. Did that. Well, that I've still got to finish because I've got shit everywhere in there. I've got my 3D printers there now. My bench is still here in the same place. Just need more cash. I'm the same. I am the same as well. I got to pimp my ass off. Something shocking. So yeah, my key cutting, I'm kind of happy, or I am happy with the layout here. I literally just had to change the key cutting blade. So I literally just changed the key cutting blade on this one. And if you're wondering why it looks a little bit, well, you probably won't be able to see from there, it looks a little bit funny on the bolt here, which is kind of leaving like black marks on my finger. I had to use my gas torch flame to heat up the bolt, the nuts here, or the bolt, to get the friggin' thing undone. I mean, I was cranking on it so friggin' hard. Slinky is taking up the guitar. Yeah, I think that is the Celtic one, yeah, the circle and the cross. So, anyway, I mean, I had two giant shifters on there, and I'm like, you know, could not get the bloody thing off. It literally had to have heat. I can't remember, I think it was 2 years ago I got this machine, maybe more. Probably about 3 years ago now. I got a video on YouTube when I first got the machine that arrived. And the blade hadn't been changed. I've cut a shitload of keys on there, and I didn't realise how blunt that cutter was until I replaced it. Because, you know, I'm cutting the keys, and it's taking time. As soon as I put a new one on there, I was like, shit, what happened there? I didn't expect it to be, you know, I just thought it was exactly the same. But it literally just went and cut through the key like that. I was scared it was going to take a big chunk out of the key. It just cut so fast. So I replaced the cutter on there, and now I've just ordered another one for a replacement for when that one goes blunt. But this is still my most used machine. You know, I cut my bump keys. I've set it so I can actually cut to code on this now by the modifications that you've all seen before. So this is all now being able to cut the code and stuff like that. So yeah, that's one thing I've done. Nothing's changed with this. This machine just works well. Another follower's finished. You know, she works well for the car keys. Now that I can actually do more car keys with the brand new SBB Pro car key programmer that I purchased, and this machine, you know, I'm laughing. And of course, the little 150mm bench grinder with the nylon wheel on the other end here. Great for buffing the keys, that if I need to shorten keys or something, you know, slightly modify stuff. But I love this setup, but once I actually get like the food cart van, food trailer, we'll just call it a food trailer, or trailer, that'll be mounted in there, ready to go. So everywhere I go, it's already pre-mounted, pre-done. I'll just have to cut keys. I don't have to, like I do now when I go to the markets, load up the back of the ute with the gazebo, and I literally just bought another side for my gazebo. So I've got two red sides. I just bought a black to go in with the channel colours, red and black. So I just bought a new side so I can actually have three sides up, just have the front open with the table sitting at the front for the gazebos. But it'd be so much easier and a lot less work to have this all pre-mounted in a friggin' truck, well, not in a truck, but in a trailer, ready to go. Two I am. Okay. So yeah, that I'm kind of happy with at the moment until it gets mounted in. One thing I did add, so after I did that sight read and cut on the wafer lock on the last live, my spacing was off just a fraction. I was playing around, I made up this, which you may be able to see. It's a little spacer card. I just literally drew the lines on roughly, which will give me the rough estimates of, once I get better at it, as Paul Springer when I was chatting to him, the more you do it, the better at it you get. But my spacing was just off a fraction. So I literally took the most common keys that I'm going to be sight reading and cutting. For example, an LW3. So I can literally just stick the shoulder of the key up this end, and then have it sitting across here. I can see where the lines are on the key, blank, and just quickly mark them, and then it'll give me my spacing so I can read the cuts and then just cut with the spacings to make it a little bit easier. Where do you get LW5 blank from? I order mine through, I've got a couple of suppliers that I go through. So depending on pricing and stuff, I always try and find the best deal. But you can't purchase them off eBay, just so you know. But yeah, that's the only thing I've added to this is my little Lishy key cutter bag that I sometimes throw in my EDC bag if I'm going out and I know for a fact I'm going to end up having to do a key. But yeah, that's all in there. And if I move this down a bit, we can start going through some of the other stuff. So my Dremel, I've got 2 Dremels. This is the mains powered one. Again, if I have to modify keys, I'd rather have this on me out in the field that I can actually, well, there's markets and stuff that I can modify the keys with and stuff like that. Impressioning, I've got my impressioning file sitting here, which I'm just about to put into my box for the key cutting equipment. So safety glasses, all that sits up there. For some reason I've got batteries here which need to go away. I can go over there for a minute. All the key blanks, so the most common keys that I cut and everything like that. Paul, yeah, exactly. Paul has it in his head, but I'm not that good yet at the moment. I can read the depths pretty well. It's just the spacing. Yeah. So the most common keys that I cut all the time are all in this. Once I actually save up enough money with sales and stuff like that, and getting the vans or the trailer set up, this will be like mounted in with drawers and stuff. It can all stay shut so it doesn't, don't have all the drawers fly out and stuff go flying everywhere and I go around a corner. If anyone's ever seen me drive. But I like organisation. I like Jason. I like organised and stuff like that. So all of mine have not just the actual keys written across the front, but I also have the little tags printed out for them as well. And I'll try and keep everything in like a certain order. So I've got like LW4, LW5 keys. Then I have the LW4 reverse, LW18, OS1, CBR, CB44R, CB34R, TE2. So like this is my go-to set of keys that I cut more than anything else pretty much. Quick sets, which I'm literally nearly out of. I've got to get some more. I think I've got some on the way. WC2s, I don't really cut many WC2s, but just have them just in case. Yales, and then a lot of little other keys and stuff like that. LW3s I cut, those master keys I cut more than anything else, and stuff like that. But I've got some Toyota keys in here. What's that? Toyota 30s. Couple car keys. I mean, just to have on hand. I don't really go through a heap of car at the moment. So that's a Holden VE for Amiga, Bellina, SS, HSV, GTS. Also got some other Holden. What's that? That's a Toyota 38R. That is for a Toyota Hilux. What else is in here? These are some other little shells and blanks. These are Toyotas. If I can't remember, I write little love notes to myself. What's that? That's for RAV4, Yaris, Celica, Prado, Camry, Corolla, Chargo. Yeah, couple of them. So, it's not. I don't cut a heap of these keys at the moment, but it's always handy to have a couple on hand. Key rings, space and depth keys. A must-have for lock sporters and key cutters and locksmiths and everything like that. So I've got quick sets, LW5, which also does LW4, and TE2s for grain sparrows. So the 3 most common keys that I will actually cut, that I go through the most of. All houses down here are running pretty much. I can cut to code using the space and depth keys for those 3 locks. I mean, there's heaps of others I can get, but seriously, for me, these are my bread and butter keys for housing and stuff like that around here. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Literally, this I use, so this cabinet, the reason why I got this little thing of drawers for keys. At the market, so I have this sitting on the table next to my key cutting machines. So I can literally, if someone brings care and goes, can you cut that? I'm like, yeah, LW5, no problem. So I can grab it, they're all here. Keeps them in order, keeps them, rather than carrying around a pegboard and stuff like that. Again, I've literally got like, that's my doubt stamp. Here's have all seen when I brand my keys. What's that for? Holden Barina Cruise and Trans Throw. Again, another key shell, which so I have some empty shells, just basic keys, which I've had the most sales with. A lot of people, if they bring a car key up to me and say, can you do this key for me? It's normally the key's broken, and these keys here, the flip out keys, have a tendency of breaking the pin, where the pin sits. So down this end of the key, you got your blade up this end, you press the button and it pops out. They usually snap right down here and the key blade comes out. Nothing wrong with the internals at all. Just usually that's the downside. They snap right there. So I have a couple, I've got like the blanks for these. So usually if they snap like that, then I'll say to them, yep, you got the actual broken off piece. Right, I'll copy it onto this, I'll put the internals across, and it'll be a lot cheaper than me cutting and programming a brand new key for you. I'm not going to do a lot of locksmiths and a lot of the key places around here do, which is if you bring the key in that's broken like that and they go, oh, we'll have to cut you and program you a new key, you're looking at $300, $300. Whereas I'm like, look, for $50, I can transfer the internals across, do all that stuff, save people money in the long run. I'm not going to rip them off. That's one thing I do not believe in doing. So I always carry a spare few of them, some more keys here. I don't know what they're for. The penis keys, they're actually shopping trolley keys. I'm the only other, the people that actually make them, produce these and design them, I sweet talked them into becoming, to be able to buy wholesale off them. They don't normally sell wholesale, but I can offer them, so I have some of them as well in there. But to keep everything in, now I'm going to be doing a lot more car keys. I don't have the room for it at the moment, or the budget. I'm not going to buy every single car key there is. What about this Camaro? I could probably order the keys for it. I'm not going to buy every single car key there is, because it's a lot to keep on hand and keep in stock and everything like that. So, like the car key that I've got to do this week, I said to the guy, I'm like, look, yes, I can do the car key for you. I can order it in, you're just going to have to wait for it, which will probably take a week, postage and everything else. And you're like, yeah, that's fine, no problems. It's going to save me money in the long run, rather than having a heap of stock that, I may not use. So yeah, it makes sense running it that way. So, yeah. And of course, my toolbox for the key cutting, which is cutting brass. So, in here, this also goes with me when I take this and stuff like that. On the top here, I've got tags, put tags on keys, different colours, a couple little helpful tools to have on hand. That string is for another thing. So, key gauges, great for decoding keys if I need to cut one to code. Because the key, they said it's worn out a bit. I can do that. Tubular locks, as I said, I cut tubular locks. So I keep the middle ones in here. This is the old disc, the old key cutting blade. You can kind of see where I have to heat it up with the torch. she was stuck. You can really see where I heated up with the torch. What is it Jason calls them? Ninja stars, throwing stars. But this thing, it got really blunt after I ended up cutting a steel key with it. It just, yeah, stripped it. So the new one on there works bloody well. So I'm just keeping that, just, yeah, ninja throwing star. Again, all the blades, drill pieces and tools and stuff for all different dimple keys, laser cut keys and stuff like that for the 368A, the laser cutter machine just here. So all that sits in there. And then under here I keep the tools and stuff for keys. Let me put it down. Let's put it down on here. Hopefully it won't fall over. So for impressioning, just some sandpaper, and if I need it. Yeah, I've got a hand cutter for tubular keys, so I'm the only one here that does them. No one else does them. And look, another Russian spammer. So I carry a couple of tools for adjusting this when I'm out. I calibrate my machine after every 6 cuts. Most people don't. They do about 10 or so keys. I do mine every less than that, only because I want to make sure that my keys... I don't want to have a customer come back with a key that doesn't work. And I haven't had that yet, touch wood. So yeah, carry that. A couple of tools for adjusting them and the machines. For car keys, taking car keys apart, the cases. A couple little tools for that. Stamps, when I need to stamp some keys. A little black book which has got Don's secret dirty messages in. No, not really. This is just to keep track of what keys I've sold at the markets. You know, what days I was there. Orders for keys if anyone, you know, asks for a special key that I've got to get in. Like one lady's a custom key I had to order. Did a deal for her, so yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, I know, I need to get a mod. At least she's Sparrows. Yeah. So yeah, that spare drive cables and stuff for the machines. Pretty much, this is stuff to keep these running while I'm out. Plus doing a few other bits and pieces of keys. Another helpful little great piece of kit to have for key cutters and stuff like that. I'm thinking about making a PW mod. I've just got to work out how to do it off my phone. So this is a key check. A little device called a key check. So you can literally take a profile of a key that has no markings, you don't know what it is, you're trying to find a key to match. You can actually make a profile of the key using this. It's literally just heaps of little bits of metal, like dear little thin pieces, like little bits of feeler gauge in a way, all stacked up. And you can literally just push in a couple and it makes a trace at the outside of the key. So you can literally make a mould of the profile of the key with this and then test out the keys to see which ones will actually fit. If you need to... Hey Ronald! Yeah, so it's a great little piece of kit to have to try and find a profile. Like if you cannot get that key, like a lot of the cheap Chinese locks and stuff. I don't know what Dr. Lock's first name is. I actually don't chat to him. I was actually chatting to, as I was saying to Don's earlier, I was having a chat with Lock Noob the other day. Bloody humble guy, lovely guy. And he's actually just telling me how he loves the stuff that I do. Loves my channel and, you know, he loves the content I put out. Like, he really does. And I'm just like, wow, mate, like, I'm a nobody compared to you. Like, thank you. So, yeah, great little bit of kit to have. If you can get your hands on one. and of course my tubular key cutters. So I've got a 7.5 and 7.8 millimeter, or 7.8, so not millimeter, but yeah, tubular key cutters. I've done a review of these. I've spoken about these before. The only thing is, getting tubular keys here is fucking expensive. Just put it that way. I'll show you one of the keys in a minute, and I'll tell you how much it cost me just for the fucking blank. So yeah, these are the Clom tubular key cutters. It works well. I've done a review video on them. You know, it works. So yeah, I purchased these because nobody else does them. I actually just did one for a guy for Harley Davidson last year. One way to make a mod when you go into YouTube Studio, on your comments section, the person who has left a comment like me, there's 3 dots. Click on that and it will give you an option to make them a mod. Alright, I'll look into that after PW. And I'll set you up, because I know you always jump on. I'll set you up as a mod, and probably Don's, because I know Don's is a bloody good mate. So, yeah, my tubular key cutters. And speaking of that, trying to get tubular keys here. Oh, that's what I've got to put in here. I also have paintbrushes, clean down machines, and compression file. For some reason I have the compression file in my break into anything kit, but I don't need it in that. You're as crazy as me, Dons. Of course I trust you. Why do you think I video call you while you're laying there naked on the bed? Wait, I wasn't meant to tell everyone that, was I? No, he wasn't really. So CH9T. Silica CH9T, which is one I actually just had to cut last year from Harley Davidson motorcycle. This blank here, it's actually a steel blank, or it's nickel coated brass or something like that. It might actually be a steel one. I think it is. It's that long since I cut it. Silica, so you know it's a good bloody brand, even though they don't have their brand stamped onto it. So Chicago's Ace, Gem, Baton, BDS. It's a 7.8 key. How much do you reckon that one key cost me to order in? Yeah, we all do. Go in the comments right now, how much do you reckon it cost just for that one blank? You're pretty close, PW. Really close. $9.95 just for one. That's for the 7.8. The 7.5 is $15.95. So by the time I cut it, because these take a little while to cut. It's not just, you know, duplicate the machine quickly. Hand cutters, you know, decoding and cutting it the right. Make sure you actually cut it the right way, and it's all neat and it's all cut, you know, square and the spacing's perfect and everything. They take a little bit more to cut than a normal key. Quite a little bit more work. But by the time I do all that, I don't think people are going to want to spend $20 on a freaking key. Because most of the time what you do is you take the price for your key, you add on the price. This is what I was actually told by a key cutter. It's not what I usually do, I'll be honest with you. It's definitely not what I usually do. But they take the price of the key, you plus the price of the key. So if it's $10, then you go 20, then you add on $5 on top of that. So $25 for a key. That's what they say. Yeah, these are bloody expensive to get in. And I can't find any other seller in Australia that actually stocks these blanks and sells them. So the only other way to do it is order it from overseas. Key cutters, shit, how much were they? I did a video on it. So if you actually go back, look through my review videos, there's one on the tubular key cutters, and I actually said how much I paid for it. I think it was $100 and something. And I bought 2 of them. So if you buy the really cheap ones like these, so these are really cheap Tubular Keys. They work on some locks, not all of them. These only have an outwards tensioning disc, not an inwards tensioning disc as well. But they don't cut the best, they wreck the machines. But yeah, ordering in cheap ones off of like cheap stores, no. I always like to use high quality blanks, not cheap stuff. That's why I use like silica and what's the other ones of it? JMA, that's it. For keys, house keys, bump keys, master keys, or use silica or JMA. If I'm doing space and depth keys, I still haven't put them up on the website just yet. But if I'm cutting space and depth keys for people, I will use the cheaper keys. Only because silica and JMA, well, silica keys are really expensive now. And you know, if you're having if you've got a bump key, you want a good quality key, a really good quality key, to be able to withstand it. But for space and depth keys, it's not that important about the quality of the keys, so I just use the cheap ones for them. My impressioning file I got off of locksmithstoolbox.com. I bought that off them. I think it was about $40, something like that. I've actually just bought a few more items off them. So as I was saying earlier, another lab repinning kit. So I've got my repinning kit over there. I just bought a new lab kit to stock up some pins and stuff like that, because I've got a few rekeying jobs coming up this week. Hopefully this week, waiting on the car key to come in for one of them. So I've just ordered that, some other picks that I've purchased, and a Abus bypass driver. And I know for a fact he does sell the Lishy key cutters on there as well. I think they're about $70 or something like that. So, and they're a great little kit. I mean, I carry them around. I keep them in the car sometimes when I go out, and I've got a cut key for a person. Cut some emergency keys at work, you know, for the paper towel dispensers and stuff like that. It's a great piece of kit to have. So yeah, I've revamped, worked on, upgraded, replaced some of the products. Well, not products, but the layouts of in here. So yeah, I can maximise my workflow and start putting out some more content and stuff like that. And products. The only other thing I haven't gone through just yet is my break into anything kit, which I'm always updating, and a few other tools that I use. So once I actually get my locksmith's license, that is sending me bankrupt. I sent myself bankrupt. So once I get my locksmith's license, I can legally then break into places. At the moment, I can do re-keys, installations, and all the cut keys and all this stuff. I can teach and train and do everything else that I do. You know, the courses that I'm actually in the process of recording to get up on the website, the in-person training and courses that I'm going to be running as well, all that stuff. So a lot of the tools that I actually can use to break in the stuff. I can also use it for training. But once I get a locksmith's license, then I can actually just break in the houses. It's the only thing I can't do legally. But I have, and one of the tools I have on hand is an under door tool. So a great piece of kit to have, and especially going to come in handy for COVID entry and training and stuff like that, and talking to people about methods of getting entry. Under door tools with Kevlar line. I upgraded the key back, heavy duty, you know, key back with Kevlar line, made it a little bit longer so I can actually get up under the door and stuff like that. Great little mod by the Not So Civil engineer. I didn't come up with this design myself. He did this. You know, it works. So yeah, great bit of kit to have. I've got Slim Jims for cars, but honestly, I don't use these for cars. The thing a locksmith said to me, good, trusted locksmith that I know, don't stick anything down the inside of a car door, because honestly, there's so much wiring and cables going through the newer cars. More than likely, you're going to rip cabling and stuff the door. You can kind of see a little mirror. Look, oh, you can kind of see through it. So yeah, don't freaking shove anything down the inside of a car door. I don't. I just have these for the purpose of showing people. I'll probably end up using the steel for something else. But yeah, don't slide down the inside of a car door. This is that set that I reviewed in a way. It's that Chinese. What's it freaking called? Yeah, I'm looking at the Kronos. I was looking at electric pick guns, but I've got a snap gun that just works just as well. And a lot of electric guns, I'll rather bypass the door than actually pick the lock, which I'll explain later anyway. But yeah, this is that cheap Chinese bloody crap that is shit. It really is. Don't purchase it unless you're like me and you modify it to something that actually works. So yeah, never shove anything down inside the door, but just for display purposes and talking to people, I have it. They did have some other. Where are we? Wire tools. So, like this stupid thing here, which was meant to have a cable attached to here that come up, so you can actually go down inside the car door, like in between the window and the door, and actually just pull up on the cable and bend this to lift up freaking rod or something in the car. It's a piece of shit. Don't use it. You're going to damage the fucking car. And it's not my go-to method. They also had another one which you're meant to have slid down the inside of a car door, through the glass, down on the outside, bring it up the inside on the other side of the glass, and then back down, which is like a Z bar kind of thing, to actually push the thumb to the so like on, for those of you that know a Nissan Micra, on the handle where the door handle is, you have the little locking things. Or the other ones, which is the little panels, not the old button or pull top ones up at the top of the door, the ones on the actual inside of the door panel. I can't think of what they're actually called, but the little buttons that you can press up and down with your thumb. You can't really grip them with anything these days to pull them up, and stuff like that. So they actually made this stupid thing, which had bends like this, which were designed to push or pull those locking bars up. But honestly, I don't use that. I don't go for that. Most of those cars, if you go for the inside door handle, you can actually pop the lock open, so they automatically open as soon as you pull on the door handle. So I rebent the piece of shit bloody wire thingy. It's actually pretty good steel, I have to admit. You can kind of bend it, and it's sturdy. I rebent it all so I can actually slide it down the inside of a car door through the actual. Well, I use airbags. I've only done this on a person to lock their keys in the car, and I actually used a coat hanger to do this method. This was a couple of years back before I started doing the YouTube channel. She locked the keys to the car and literally took me like 2 seconds. I put a wedge in or a screwdriver in the door, pushed the door out a little bit. She gave me permission to do it. Put a coat hanger in. The guy's like, well, "You've got to go for the lock." I'm like, "No." Go straight for the door handle on the driver's side and pull the door handle back, or pull it back on the coat hanger. Opens the door handle or pulls the door handle. Lock automatically popped up. And he goes, "Oh, that's what I was doing wrong." So yeah, I will use this. I actually rebent this, and the car is unlocked now. Ring on. Exactly. So I actually rebent this, repurposed it so that I left a hook down on this end, but I've bent it in the angles, and I actually checked it through Blazer's car, like working out the angles and everything, because it's like a normal car. Then I can actually run this down the inside, like between the door and stuff like with the air wedge, go down, turn it, hook it onto the door handle, and then pull the door handle open to open the car door. So I repurposed a piece of shit tool that's no freaking good, that if anyone recommends it's an idiot. to something that actually works. Long reach tools you can actually purchase. A lot of the newer kits all come with long reach tools for going through cars to literally pull on door handles to open the doors. Automatic. I mean, yeah, kids. You can try and get the kids to pull up on the door lock. You know, when the kids are locked you out in your car. They can't do that with mine. Take you 2 seconds to get in mine. Kids lock out the car accidentally. You know, it's easier for the kids to pull on the door handle than, you know, just say to grab the handle rather than, you know, pull up on the lock. It's easier. So it's safety built into the car. Repurpose it. Got something good. Don't believe people that tell you it's freaking good stuff when it's not. So yeah, that I repurposed and would rather use that on a car than shoving anything down the inside of the freaking doors with the Slim Jims. There's videos of guys on YouTube that are doing it, you know, the bloody Slim Jims down inside the door and pulling up. Like, oh, you do it like this. I'm like, no, because more than likely you're going to rip out the wiring and damage more than just the freaking speaker. Oh, you know, you can just imagine a twat, you know, being, oh, I think I've got it, and they go, next minute there goes half your freaking electronics for your bloody automatic windows and the power locking and everything else. Like, just pull it up and there's freaking bits of wire sticking out your car. That's what you call a twat. So yeah, that's that stuff. But I also have what I call my break into anything kit. So as you say about the Kronos, I've been looking at it and electronic pick guns, but I always have a Southall Lat 17. When she wants to work on the lock, she will work just like bump keys. You know, you can snap open a lock. It's easy to carry one of these. Nowhere near as big as the Kronos, smaller footprint. And stuff. I slide the actual blades down the inside. I've got a heap of spare blades as well. I slide them down the inside the handle. But yeah, I'd rather bypass, and like a lot of locksmiths do, they bypass the lock rather than pick it. Picking is always the last resort. They go under door tool or plastic shim down the door. Most places, houses, locks aren't installed correctly with strike plates and stuff. A Sparrows Magneto, I always carry one of them. Well, I have one of them in my break into anything kit. Slim Jim, even though I wear one. I literally wear one every single day. Traveller's hooks, a homemade one, plus these Sparrows one, and I've got to finish that video on making one like this kind of thing. But yeah, I haven't got round to that, so I'll finish that off sometime. But yeah, Traveller's hooks, by far one of the most useful freaking tools on the planet. If I had to carry 2 tools, it would be a Traveller's hook, micro shim. The other side I've just got tensioners, because you know you can never have enough tensioners down there. And again, for like using the snap gun and stuff, I've got one of the brass tensioning wheel, a tensioning wheel. I reviewed this a while ago now. This is a Sparrows one. Yeah, for single pin picking and stuff, it's not that good, but for raking and some locks, you know, snaps, guns and stuff, it works. So yeah, just having my options open. And then that's for the outside pockets. Inside is where stuff gets kind of interesting. And as I said, this isn't a break into anything kit for lockouts and stuff like that. This is going to be for training and stuff as well. So my lock cam, which those of you have seen before, it's just a little endoscope that plugs into my tablet. For looking inside locks, I actually had to use this to look in a cabinet lock to see how, you know, I had to open it, see what was going on. That was able to look down in there. So great little piece of kit to have, really is. And here I've got Jiggler keys, master keys, bump keys. So keys. I got the oil ring hook. Ah, yeah, that works well. I've used it. So yeah, heavy machinery keys, master keys for all heavy machinery, cats. I think there's friggin' JCB. Pretty much forklifts and forklifts around. Diggers, backhoes, stuff like that. I can literally go pretty much to any earth moving site and drive around their machinery. You know, I got all the master keys for it. And again, bump keys. I've got my Aussie 5 bump key set that I cut and sell. Fantastic piece of kit to actually have as bump keys. They work so friggin' well when they want to. Jiggler keys, automotive locks. Again, they're the Sparrows ones I carry. Pin tumbler jiggler keys. They're not my favourite, they're not my go-to, but if I'm kind of like in a hurry or something like that, or you know, it's another option that I can try. In combination with a tensioner, usually I can get a lock open pretty fast with these. If it's standard pins, I mean nothing, you know, super special. And just more bump keys. I mean, we don't come across American locks here, but I carry it. I just like to keep them all safe. And again, as I say, for training, it just, yeah. So I carry that in there as well. Air wedges. You can never have enough air wedge. I have 2 proper good quality pump wedges. These are professional ones. You know, they work well. And a cheaper one, which again, it came in that Chinese set. It was so rough and sharp along the edges here that if you tried sliding in a freaking car, you're more likely going to rip and cut the shit out of the weather stripping. So I actually modified this by cutting it down and smoothing it out, which I showed you in the video on it anyway, to make it, you know, something a bit more useful. Also like this one, it's a bit of a longer pump, so it just aids that little bit more. Of course, bump keys and everything, bump hammer to use the bump keys. The list of vehicles those heavy machinery master keys get into. Hand warmers, which aren't just useful for warming your hands. Keep the forklift keys away from 14-year-olds. Yeah, I'm just waiting on a new master key from Butcher's Block. So hand warmers, they're not just good for keeping your hands warm in winter. You can actually set off rec sensors with these, and stuff like that. So great little thing to have on hand, but mainly, you know, warm your hands up if it's freaking cold. But yeah, rec sensors and stuff like that. Same as aerosol air. This I cannot, well, yeah, I can get it from like Office Works and stuff. I always keep a can just on hands. You know, put the straw in it, turn it upside down, stick it through the door. We've all seen the videos on it. You do it this way. Well, actually, I haven't taken the cap off. Do it this way. You know, it blows air out. That's it. Turn it upside down with a straw and it blows out cold liquid. Use that to set off a rec sensor to open the inside of a door. You can literally, you know, bypass a lot of doors tricking the rec sensors into thinking someone's coming through to open a door. I've actually even seen a video of a guy taking a sign off the door that was stuck on the outside like this and then waving it through the inside to get it set it off. Again, micro shims. You can never have enough. These work fantastic. The most underrated pieces of equipment. I carry one cut down to about the size of a credit card, folded in half in my wallet. Like thickness of, well, it's the width of a credit card, but I folded it the length in half, so it fits in my wallet. I used it the other week to break into the house here. Hands down, best piece of kit to get. If you don't want to spend the money and buy them, you want to save some money. 2 litre orange juice bottles, the plastic off of them works freaking sweet. Carry my snowman to pick anything. Yeah. So yeah, that, some Padlock Shims, get the good quality ones, the Sparrows ones, you know, they just last a hell of a lot longer. You get more use out of them. They fit the locks better, and you're less likely to rip them off inside the lock. I've done the old Coke can tricks. I've done it with energy drinks. It's great to demonstrate to people and show them. And I've used the really cheap, nasty aluminium shims, and I've used them to get one use out of them. And I've actually had one shear off inside the friggin' lock on me, whereas these I haven't. These are spring steel. They're a lot heavier duty. They're not going to shear off down in the shackle of your bloody locks. I've had, as I said, aluminium ones do it. High quality ones, you know, honestly, just buy them. They're worth it. The Huck Tubular Picks, again, cam locks. A lot of them I come across here. Tubular Picks, get through them in a second. Then I can actually decode from the pick and cut my own key. Again, on the out, as I say, like on the outside there, I have the smaller travel hook for shielded doors. I've got the longer traveller's hook. Another digi bypass tool for digi locks. A plug spinner. I actually got 2 plug spinners. One of them I'm actually about to take out. So the multi-pick one, which I've reviewed. The multi-pick I'm taking out, that's going to stay here. But the Huck plug spinner, I've reviewed this, so go and check out the video. $33 for this one. The tips are a lot better. You can file them down to fit into the locks if needed be. It just works a lot smoother, a lot better to control. I prefer this one over that multi-pick. Over this multi-pick one. The multi-pick one I've got here only has one thickness of tip. It's only got the one tip, whereas this, I can literally get any thickness of tip that I need to fit into the keyway. But most of the time, as I say, if I'm going to teach people, if I teach people how to get through doors, or if I have to get into mine or something like that, g'day Dana, I bypass it because, you know, never pick a lock that's in use. I agree with that. I recommend that, and that's why I always say keep it bloody legal, and I, you know, always push the codes. Never pick a lock that's in use, but you can bypass it because you're not picking it, you're not tampering with the lock, you're not going to damage the actual lock itself. More than likely, you know, slipping a latch, putting a piece of plastic through the door and slipping the latch isn't. It's like my little golden gateway, you know, my little backdoor freaking trick to get out of that. I have cross-lock key, Jiggler keys. I've got a set of these. I always carry cross-lock rake keys on me, but in this kit, you know, they work as well. Another tool that only locksmiths are meant to have, and emergency personnel, little J tool, Thumbtail Flipper, put it between the 2 doors, glass doors usually, flick it, turn to the side, hook it onto the actual thumbtail on the inside, and turn it and unlock the door. Yeah, another tool I thought I'd get just to have on hand, again for training and teaching and stuff like that. I've got another pick set in here, which is the Southfield C 2010, which I actually put a few more picks in there just for that, you know, option. It's got a good selection of hooks and rakes. I've reviewed this pick set before, and tensioners. I also threw in a few extra picks. So I have an Octo rake, the Warlock, Sandman, which I'm not a big fan of, the Reflection set, and the Medusa, just for a nice selection for a lot of wafer locks, some car doors and stuff like that. I go for them. Yeah, she works. So having a few extra picks in this set. This is actually a set that I kind of recommend. It's a good set. It really is. That's why when I reviewed it, I did said so. Of course, to go along with pump wedges and stuff, I always carry have a few plastic wedges. These short ones, yeah, they're better for, you know, holding doors open, like door stops. These longer ones are a lot better for car doors. I've got two of them in here. You know, one at the top, one at the side. You know, a lot better. You're getting hot, prop the door open. What else do I have in here? So the good old packaging strap. A great way to get into a lot of the old cars. You used to use packaging strap. What was it called? The plastic coat hanger. Some lock lubricant, because you know that's always helpful. Have you come across cover? I haven't personally. I haven't come across them here. Another little pry bar just for prying open cars and doors, just a little bit if I need to get that in there. Or yeah, prying open anything. This is my old Monstrum case, which is actually my bypass tools case. So I literally have like Euro thumb turn bypass drivers. 2 of them. I've got I don't come across them here at all, but the American lock bypass driver I carry. Bypass knife. Another set. So I've got one in the display case up there. But the Scarab Picks by Sparrows, I carry a set of them. Some broken key extractors. They're not just great for removing broken keys. Some combination boxes for key holding boxes. I've done a video on it. I've shown you how to actually use a broken key extractor, the really thin ones, like these, the really thin ones with a single hook. I've shown you how you can use that to decode boxes extremely quickly. Again, for combination locks and decoding, I keep a Sparrows Ultra decoder in there. I always carry around anyway a covert companion, but Southall comb pick set, again great for a lot of the little padlocks and stuff like that. And if you want to make a little traveller's hook, which you know you can just, and then make yourself some lever picks out of it. The only place I've seen them is literally on Locksmith's Toolbox, and they sell these, which are like multi-pick lever picks. Create your own. You can just cut them down. They're actually a really good steel. You can actually turn that into a little key ring. So if you shorten that off, bend the end, and shorten this off along here. Put a little bend in it, you know, file it down to sharp point kind of thing. You can actually use that as a key ring and carry it around on your keys. And then if you need a traveller's hook, you got a little one. I've done that a few times. Great way, especially if you get the thinner ones. But yeah, I carry them not for pick and lever locks, but just for, you know, like a bypass tool to use, kind of like hey, butcher's block kind of thing. The other thing I carry, which a lot of people wouldn't really need. Let me put some of my stuff back in here. So I have a Tibi pick for Fords. Since most of the Fords I come across here use the Tibi key. So I actually purchased, as I go on Butcher's Block, I actually purchased a Ford Tibi pick. You know, they take quite a bit of skill to learn. I don't have any Ford locks around, so I haven't really picked any with this, but I have used another key on a Ford lock. So one thing that a lot of people don't realise, and a mate of mine didn't realise until he did it, and he called me to come round. Any Ford key, so if you have a Tibi lock, or even I could just use this, like this, any key can lock a Ford. So any Ford key can lock them, but you need the correct key to unlock it. So you can single pin pick or single disc pick. It's like a disc detoner. The Fords with this. I also carry another device which, in the wrong hands, is extremely dangerous. I mean, extremely dangerous. Locksmith's only meant to have it. I will tell you where you can buy one from, but you didn't hear it from me, if it's promised, is this little thing right here. Ignore that drill mark. I actually tried to drill it to put it into my normal carry keys, but I couldn't drill through it because it's freaking solid steel. This is known as a magic pick, or magic key. You can actually find them on AliExpress. if you're careful. It's literally a steel key. Now you can break this if you're not careful. You'll shear it right off and snap it off, usually down here. But it's shaped, it's just a steel key that is shaped like a Ford Tippy key, but it has silicon on the ends just here, on the 4 edges. This works bloody well. Yeah, I wouldn't mind learning to pick a cover. I don't know anyone in Australia that actually deals with selling covers for that purpose, but I'll see if I can find out anyone. But this works fucking well when it wants to work. A friend of mine, as I said, he locked his keys in the car and he said, "Can you come around and do it for me? Just can't afford the locksmith from around." I said, "Can I try out the new pick?" He goes, "If you damage it, I don't care. Later on I'll buy off a new freaking lock. I don't care." So I went around there, put this in, 1, 2, 3, and open the freaking door. It automatically picks it. So in the wrong hands, it's extremely freaking dangerous. But yeah, I've got one which I carry in there. It'll work on like 50% of the locks. It'll work like everything. It'll work 50% of the time. It works every time. Not always. Bump keys. Bump keys are fantastic. Don't get me wrong. Bump keys are bloody great, but they don't work every single time. I can bump open the same lock 20 times in a row and then can't get it for 10 times. It all depends. Same as that. Yeah, it impressions the lock, so there is a trick to it, which I managed to get it like 3 and it went and actually opened fast. So yeah, it does impression because of the silicon kind of pushes in, and it just automatically picks it in a way. It works so freaking well. They're not cheap either. They are not cheap, but it's something that locksmiths can buy. And I couldn't find. I think UK bump keys might still sell them, and stuff like that. You're going to cost a bit to get them over to Australia. But yeah, I have found them on AliExpress. Looking around. So yeah, that's my breaking into anything kit, and the changes to the workshop, office, kind of thing. So yeah, it's been freaking crazy, reorganising and cleaning, and the new products I've been working on and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. I'll get the vlog video edited and uploaded sometime this week. The vlog of reorganising all this. I got another video coming up this week. I might upload it tomorrow or the day after. I have to have a look. Yeah, that's what I'm going to wrap up in a minute so we can head over to the Starries. So I got another one on a watered lock. Just a question to the public about watered locks. Is using watered keys on it like I think of them as master keys. They're not picks. Is it picking or using a key? Kind of question. Which I upload as well. But now I just got to focus on my coursing, my courses for everyone. Some orders that's going out. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, if you've purchased anything off Killer Maru, I'll show you his business card again. Killer Maru, those of you that know him, he's the guy that makes the custom ham picks like the unicorn one here, which is like spring tensions and moves. Friggin' awesome thing. If you show my business card, my doubt ones, you get $10 off an order when you order through him. If you show me this one of his or your one, if you've purchased off me in the past, you get a free gift in your item, your order. So, like for loyalty card in a way. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this one up because Starries is on. I got a little bit of work to do before I head to bed. and stuff like that since Blazer's on night shift and I better respond to her. So thanks for sticking around tonight. It's been a long one, kind of like a tour and a catch-up kind of thing. As always, keep it Blade legal. Please go and check out the website if you haven't already. If you want a video chat or talk or anything like that, always hit me up with a message. Multiple ways of contacting me. I'm always free, always available at some point. I'll always get back to you if I can. Well, when I can. Take care. Bulletproof. Got to catch up with you soon, mate. I think you said you were down in Melbourne or something like that. I was down there the other day, but they said off to Carolina to pick it. Yeah. I think it was you, Bulletproof. I told you said come up this way. We'll catch up for coffee now that like we can travel, or a scotch or something like that. I know a good place here. But anyway, have fun. Take care. Till next time. Cheers, guys, and see you over at Starry's. If he's got that join in live thing, I might join up and say hi to him. I was in Barrett last week, but now I have the COVID. Ah, shit. Why don't you tell me you're up here? Anyway, head over to Starry's, show him some love and support, and yeah. Till next time. See you guys.